I've been reorganized my figures. I figured while I do that, I might as well show what I have off currently. So we are gonna go with the first video, Prince Adam, and the different He-Mans that I have as faker as well. So okay, the first Adam is the original vintage Adam, but what I did was I purchased a blue vest like he had in the comics, the mini comics, and I had an extra sword, so I figured I give him a power sword. So put him over there. So we have really the vintage Prince Adam with a blue vest as seen in the mini comics. So the next one is the Super 7 Prince Adam, which they did a Filmation style figure. They did it before Mattel did their cartoon series. But anyway, pretty good looking figures. They resemble the retro style quite a bit. It's cool because we actually have the pink as seen on the cartoon, the pink vest. He has a sword there. The face sculpt's okay. It's not horrible on this figure. I guess I should show. You can compare it to the vintage. So we have, this is what he looks like, Super 7. I don't know, I think it's something with the hair that kind of gets me with that figure, or the Super 7 style. But here we have the vintage, so you can kind of see the difference. I definitely like the vintage one. Here I have these two on stands because they can get the wobbly legs here. The next Prince Adam is the one that came with the Sky Sled, more modern face, which I don't care for. I appreciate that they tried something new, but it really didn't come out that well. We have more of a red vest than a pink, but different line, Origins. And the next one came, this was a 2-pack with Cringer, like the small Cringer, which I actually love that. I'll go over that when I go over my Cringer figures. But here we are, got the Laughing Adam. So I like that face sculpt, but really good looking figure. Definitely a lot better than the Origins figure, that is for sure. They did a great job with that one. I really like that one. Those are really my Prince Adam figures. I really like the vintage Super 7, did a good job, and I really like the cartoon collection Prince Adam. Really nice looking figure. The next one, we're going over the different fakers that I have. We'll start off with Origins. Faker is one of those figures growing up I didn't have, but I really loved the color scheme and everything like that. It was He-Man, but it wasn't. And so they brought that back in the Origins figure. Really like this one. And of course, I like the fact that it's not a sticker, that it's painted on the chest, the kind of reel-to-reel tape thing in the chest, which I really like that they did that. And the next one is the Super 7 Filmation style faker. And this does resemble in the cartoon, a scene in the cartoon. So it's basically like He-Man has this crazy robotic face, but Super 7 did a great job on this face sculpt. I really like that. They did a great job. A lot of these Super 7 figures you're going to see are really kind of glossy compared to the vintage and Origins figures. So there we are. We're gonna have to put the other ones in the back. Okay, so those were really the fakers. We have Anti-Eternia He-Man, which I ended up getting this one on sale. I couldn't help myself. I did a custom, but I love Anti-Eternia He-Man. We have the red, just the color scheme, the black and the red color scheme. Look at the eyes. They did a great job with the eyes. But I think this came from a German comic or audio. I think it was an audio book. It had a tape that came with it. I think that's where Anti-Eternia He-Man comes from. So he's the bad He-Man. Badass He-Man. So there he is in the back hanging out. I saw this and I really like the color scheme, so I did pick it up. This is like the He Skeletor, so this is the good Skeletor, is He-Man. But the blue, the gold, the purple, the dark hair, I think it all works. I like what they did with the boots. Really nice figure, so definitely wanted to pick that one up when I saw the details of it. I thought it was a nice looking figure. Like that it came with that shield, really nice looking shield. Now we're actually going to get into the He-Man themselves. Now we're going to start off with the Origins one. I didn't get the ones that had the more vintage head. I bought the ones, the Origins, the original head sculpt. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of, but appreciate what they tried to do. I do like that the Origins one has a holster for the sword. But overall, happy to have this one. This one was really easy to find, and you could get them cheap if you waited. The next one is a Super 7, the Super 7 He-Man. Again, there's something about the face sculpt. Like the face is actually nice. I don't know if, I think it's the hair that's throwing me off, but glossy. So he's definitely ready for a bodybuilding contest. He's oiled up and ready to go. But yeah, all in all, I think Super 7 did it. I was super excited when they announced these and came out with them, I'm not gonna lie. So I was all in. Not on all of them. They did some other variations of figures, but of the MOTU figures, but I just got the real characters from the cartoon. Okay, the next one is a vintage one. I ended up buying this, finding it really cheap, so he doesn't have much going for him. I need to find, he's dirty too, I need to clean him up. Like I said though, I got him really cheap. Just came with the figure. The axe is actually the vintage axe. I did find a bag of vintage weapons for like $2 or $3 at Bull Moose, so I was happy to find that. So I just need to find some other vintage parts for this He-Man and clean him up a little bit. Clean him up a little bit. He's no longer the barbarian that he was in the mini comic. And speaking of barbarian or savage He-Man, we have Wondar that they came out with as a creation, Mattel's creation. I just have him displayed like this because in the mail away he was just like this. He had some weapons. I actually have a vintage black blaster that I'm actually going to use for him. But yeah, and there is a brown sword that he came with. I may do that, but I have a second one too, which I may display with the armor. So I have options with that figure. But good, nice figure. I like the head sculpt and everything. The next one, this is a 2000 commemorative figure. These are like these basically are replicas of the vintage. I guess the vintage ones are kind of style, they're kind of glossy too, huh? But you can tell it's a commemorative because of the bottom of the foot. But they have these, it's to help them stand up better compared to the vintage figure. Let's see if I can do this without screwing things up. But you can see the vintage figure, there's not that, but this is a commemorative figure. But the vintage look to it, I mean, it even says on the back there too, it says 1981, but this was actually produced in 2000. They just probably used the same buck, I would assume. But yeah, and this works too, the battle damage. So cool figure. This was my He-Man growing up, was the battle damage He-Man and Skeletor. Just when I got into the line as a kid, that was my He-Man. I absolutely love this battle damage He-Man. I got this pack on sale. It had the obviously Battle Cat, but you have the battle damage. I love the vac metal. I love the color of that. It's just so slick. It's so slick looking. So I love this Origin figure. This is a really good one. I waited for it to go on sale at Target. Knowing that I wanted this one, I just waited until it went on sale. But yeah, great figure. Now on to the final two, actually three, I should say. I have Thunder Punch He-Man. I got this one really cheap on sale. This isn't one that I had growing up at all, but I can't say that I like much about it except for the back metal is cool looking. I mean, the silver and the gold and everything looks cool. But in terms of like quality, like that head, for one, it doesn't match. Skin tone doesn't match. Shaky head. It just, the weapons, no, it just feels kind of cheap. But not a huge fan of this figure, but like I said, found them on sale, so I picked them up. All right, one of the last ones. I actually really like this figure. It's too bad the eyes are just bleh. I don't like the eyes on this. This is the Turtles of Grayskull Ninja He-Man. I like everything about it, like the cape, you got the weapon there, you have a mask there that you can put on him, the guards and everything. It looks really cool, but the eyes, man, I mean, what the heck is going on with the eyes? It just doesn't look good to me, but otherwise, really nice looking figure. I really wasn't going to get into the Turtles of Grayskull line, but I saw that figure and I'm like, man, that just looks too cool. I am going to get real quick the last He-Man. Here we go. So the last one is this one. We have Snake Armor He-Man. This comes in the Diabolical Snake Invasion, which I am going to open eventually. I just haven't yet. So I have the Snake Man and He-Man there. But that is my Prince Adam, Faker, and He-Man collection as it stands now. But yeah, a lot of good figures. Been having fun collecting. Been doing so since the Super 7. So yeah, until the next one, we'll see you, bye.